Welcome back to Jam Design Lab. And if you are new here, welcome. I am Pearl. I have spent last 15 years in product design, including 9 years leading design at Amazon across Alexa and AWS. On this channel, I break down what actually makes products work. Not trends, not fluff, but the real UX fundamentals that separate products people use from products people abandon. This video is episode 3 in our series based on the book Don't Make Me Think, a must-read for every designer, especially early in their career. And today we are talking about something that quietly kills even well-designed products, which is navigation. Not colors, not typography, not animations, because when navigation fails, users don't complain. They don't file tickets, they don't give feedback, they just leave, and you never know why. Let's break down why navigation matters so much and how to design it the right way. Let's break it down and understand what navigation really means. Oftentimes, designers think a navigation is a top navigation bar or a side menu, tabs, or a hamburger menu. But navigation is actually something much deeper. Navigation is how product continuously answers 3 silent questions every user has, whether they realize it or not. The first one is, where am I right now? Think about walking into a mall. You immediately look for the mall directory or you are here dot store names around you. If you do not see that, you pause, you look around, you feel slightly disoriented. That's the same feeling users get when a product doesn't clearly show what page they are on, what section they are in, what state they are currently viewing. Even a missing page title can create a doubt. The second question that navigation answers is, what can I do here? Now imagine sitting down in a restaurant and opening the menu. If it's clear, you know what's available, you know your options, you feel in control. But if the menu is cluttered, unlabeled, or overwhelming, you hesitate, you scan, you get overwhelmed, you feel pressured to figure it out fast. In a product, this happens when actions aren't obvious, buttons look like text, or there are too many buttons, or important options are hidden or unclear. Users shouldn't have to guess what's possible. And then the third question that navigation silently tries to respond or get an answer to is, where can I go next? Think about using Google Maps. At any moment, you know your current location, your destination, and what turns comes next. Now imagine a map that only shows you your current street and nothing else. You will feel stuck. In products, this happens when there is no clear next step, navigation doesn't suggest a path forward, users reach dead ends without guidance, and suddenly users feel lost, even if everything technically works. So here's an important truth. People don't like feeling stupid, especially when using a software. So when navigation fails, users don't think this product is badly designed. They think I must be missing something. And that moment of self-blame, that's when people quietly disengage. They stop exploring, they stop trusting the product, and eventually they stop using it. So let's understand how can we make this better? Or let's understand another real-life analogy or real-life example, the street signs mental model. Steve Krug uses one of my favorite metaphors for navigation, which is street signs. Think about driving. You don't want clever road names or hidden exits, surprise turns, signs that only make sense after you pass them. You want clear labels, predictable placements, familiar patterns, confirmation you're going on the right way. Good navigation works the same way every single time. Bad navigation feels like, wait, where am I? Did I click the wrong thing? Why am I here? Good navigation is very boring, and that's good because boring means predictable. Why designers struggle with navigation? Let me call out a few mistakes I see all the time from designers, and this is not criticism, it's learning. Mistake number 1, using internal language. Labels like solutions, capabilities, enablement, or insights, these make sense to your team, but might not necessarily make sense to your users. Mistake number 2, trying to be very clever, replacing clear labels with just icons or using some cute wording, using creative metaphors. Always remember, clarity over creativity in navigation. Mistake number 3, too many top-level options. If everything is important, nothing is important. Navigation is about prioritization and not completeness. Mistake number 4, inconsistent navigation. Menu moves, Labels change, placement shifts, users lose trust fast when patterns break. Let me share a relatable example of a grocery store. Imagine you walk in a grocery store you've never been to before. There are no clear aisle signs, bread is next to cleaning supplies, milk is in the back corner, or maybe in the front, you're not sure. You keep walking up and down the same aisles, checking labels, second guessing yourself. You don't ask for help, you just feel slightly irritated and a little stupid for not finding something so basic. Now imagine a different store where the aisles have clear labels, produce is right at the entrance, dairy is in the back, checkout is exactly where you expect it to be. So you move faster, you feel confident because there was a pattern that was followed, there was predictability in that. So you barely think about how you're navigating, you just get what you need and leave. That exactly is navigation. Good navigation disappears. Bad navigation makes users feel lost and quietly frustrated. And just like in a store, it feels confusing, people don't complain. They just don't come back. Now, let's break down and understand how to evaluate navigation. What are some of the practical frameworks that I use to evaluate my navigation whenever I'm designing? Here's a simple checklist you can use on any product, including your own designs. Ask these questions. Can I tell where I am? Where am I in under 1 second? Is the current section clearly highlighted? Do the labels make sense without explanation? If you need to explain it, rename it. Can I predict what will happen before I click? Surprises are in bad navigation. Is the most important thing easy to find? If users must hunt, it's broken. Does this feel familiar? Familiarity builds confidence. So this checklist alone will make your designs noticeably stronger. Now, let's say you're designing a dashboard. Any bad navigation will have maybe like numerous amount of menu items, 10 or 12 menu items. They all will have equal weight. So they all will have same font size, similar looking buttons. So they all have equal visual weight. Vague labels or labels that only your team understands. And it doesn't show what state it is in. Like, is it an active state, inactive state, something that is not available state. So it doesn't show you what state it is in. A better navigation on the other end is you only highlight the core functionalities or core sections. So you prioritize. It has a very clear hierarchy. Active state clearly visible. So if it is in an active state, you know exactly which state it is in. Secondary items are slightly tucked away. So it does not take away the attention from the core items. The goal is not to show everything. The goal is to guide. Here's something I want you to remember early in your career. Great designers don't design screens. They design orientation. If users always know where they are, what they can do, what is next, they will trust your product, and even if it is not perfect. So that's it for episode 3. In episode 4, we will be talking about visual hierarchy, how to guide attention without forcing it, and why users always look where you don't expect. Thank you and bye for now.